playing, yeah. I think the football we've been playing is really, really good. Tuesday night was a difficult game psychologically because it's against a young team. Nobody knows what you expect. But I thought the first half were excellent. To be fair, the goalkeepers kept them in the game. Hit the bar, hit the post. So it's a lot of good stuff there. But the previous Saturday was excellent. Yeah. Really difficult because of the 5-6 months off. Competitively was really tough. But now it's on us. Now we have to start to play. And if we can keep playing the way we're playing, then it's a long season. This one, that's for sure. And you've got a lot of games crammed in a short space of time. But let's see how it goes. It's new for everybody, but we're in good condition.
Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Matchday Ticket Live with the Talking Town crew. And I'm really excited. It's the opening day of the season. Paul Lamberts' words there to the ITFC Twitter account, courtesy of Dan Palfrey. Thank you very much, my friend. But as he says, it's brilliant to get underway. It's a long season ahead, but I'm really excited. It's the first time we're having competitive, and I'm not talking cup, I'm talking league, proper competitive action. As I always say on the podcast on a Sunday, live bullets are incoming, and I'm really excited. Let's hear Lambert's thoughts on Wigan, and I'll bring my guests in very soon.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt we respect them. Yeah. They've just come down. They had a really good season last year. I know there's been a bit of turmoil up there of late. Some guys moving and the manager leaving. The administration, it can't be a nice place to work it, but that's we have to play our way. We have to play our game and don't worry about what happens there. And we'll try our best. But there's still a good team, some good players there. Yeah. Lee Evans, who I worked with at Wolves, a really good player. So yeah, it's still a dangerous game.
A big season ahead, and Talking Town will be with you every step of the way, and one we hope ends in success. Cruncher, welcome in, my friend. Beautiful flag behind you. Big game today. How are you feeling? Lambert says we've got to respect Wigan.
You have to respect every team you're playing, but on the flip side, you've got to look at the players they've lost, which is a great deal, and it's really sad in a way that a club, they've been decimated. But today, let's not feel sorry for them. Let's get out on that pitch. And let's take them to the cleaners.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about cleaners, Matthew, welcome in, my friend. How you doing?
Hello, you okay? You good?
Very well. How are you?
Good, thanks. It's a lovely sunny day here in Essex, but the smell of muck spreading has come across the town. I hope that's not a taste of what we're going to get later on.
Now, I know you're really worried about Wigan, aren't you? So tell us, before we get into the team sheet today, tell me why you're worried about Wigan, Matt.
I just think it's going to be us against the world for them, I think, because they were sitting pretty in the Championship. I think they'd lost something like 1 in 15 games, their last 15 games in the Championship. And then through no fault of their own, issues off the pitch, new ownership, they've got the 12-point deduction, it's relegated them. So I think, they're going to be like a wounded animal. These are the worst kind of teams to play. It's going to be like a wounded animal. And I think, Joe Garner's probably going to sum up their attitude. I think he's sort of spiteful, he's angry, he's going to get stuck in. And I think that is what we're going to be like. So on paper, it looks like we should get a comfortable 3 points, but I think it's going to prove a lot more difficult. We thought playing Arsenal Academy on Tuesday night was going to be a comfortable win. It wasn't. So
well, yes, that is true. And on paper, their team does look good, and maybe they will adopt the sort of mantra we had under Mick McCarthy, Rich, where it's us versus the world. I had a forecast Friday going on, and I had a really interesting one come in sort of late, if you like, but and I can't find it now. But it was a 4-1 win or a 5-1 win.
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
Because Wigan are in shambles. Do you agree that Wigan are a team in shambles? I know off the field they might be, but on the field,
look, they're not a Bolton, are they? They've not got a load of kids playing like last season. For them first 10 games when they were losing 4 and 5. I think we went to Bolton and won 5-0. So it's not like that. I'd still expect us to get a victory today. So I'm not sure what their lineup is. I know they made a couple of late additions, Wigan.
Yes, they did. I can tell you their lineup if you like.
But we're the home team. We've got to get on the front foot early and go at them. Get that early goal, and then the game becomes a little bit easier. The longer it's 0-0, they're going to stay in it. Obviously, they've got John Sheridan now in charge, and they're going to come out firing. Getting back to Matt's point, Joe Garner's angry all the time, so I wouldn't worry about that.
No, and he is captain today. Their
captain.
Team is Jamie Jones, Tom Pearce, Cal Naismith, Lee Evans, Joe Garner, who's captain, Dan Gardner, Viv Solomon Otoba, Gary Roberts, obviously a familiar winger to us, Obi, Chris Merry, and Adam Long. Now, our team, we're here for us. Let's get into our team here. Before we do so, I was criticised on Friday in our fantastic League One preview show with Phil Ham. If you've not seen it, check it out on the YouTube. But I was criticised for not putting the comments up enough and paying that much attention to that. So before I do that, we've got Joe Lever. Good morning, gents. Luke Penning. Good morning. Josh, we've not seen in a while, Josh. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you. Morning. Luke Penning, they're nowhere near the Bolton squad we played. They've got some decent players in their first 11, just lack squad depth.
Great, yeah.
Kempy, good morning, my friend. How are you doing? And Adam Flatt, good morning, gents. Adam, I do apologise. I missed your ask for the link on Friday. I was watching it back and I saw it come up, and I do apologise. On Facebook, we've got Andrew, come on Ipswich, and Bill Old, Matt, one for you. Paul Cook on Sky watching his new team play, maybe.
It's his old side again. That's fuel to the fire for Wigan. They've lost a really good manager, so they're going to be angry. Going back to the point of young players, the Wigan under-18 team was top of the league before, when the pandemic came in, of the Northern Development League, ahead of Sheffield United, ahead of Leeds. They've got some good youngsters. These aren't the Bolton youngsters. They've got some good youngsters if they're coming into this side.
Yes, they really. Well, they're a good team. Let's not pretend. Gary Roberts is a good wing at this level. But looking at our team today, it is a 4-3-3. I've gone for a 4-3-3. Holy in goal. Chambers, Wilson, Enciala and Ward make up the back four. Now, you may see Wilson play at right back, but I'm really praying to every single living entity that it's Chambers at right back and not Wilson, because Chambers is a better right back than Wilson. Dozell, Nolan and Bishop, and then I've got Judge on the right, Sears on the left, and Aaron Drinnan up the front. So talk to me about this lineup, guys. Who wants to go first?
Interesting, he said, didn't he, in his Friday press conference about Wilson. He wasn't ready. And now he's jumped in because we've seen, obviously, Ipswich Town casualty department is doing overtime. Luke Wolfenden's got a knock in training. Jack Lancaster's got a knock in training. And that team there is considerably weaker than the team we had last season. Definitely. We've got no Downs. That's another one, Matt. I just think that's really, really strange that he's not even on the subs bench. What is going on?
Where is he? He's contracted to play for us. I think we all accepted he wouldn't play in the Bristol Rovers game. We accepted that. Maybe we missed
have a day off, you two, for crying out loud.
He's our player. He's paid by Ipswich Town, Matt, to play football.
Yeah. Hang on. I've got a couple of points to raise here. First of all, Bill Old. Hang on. You can't beat up Wigan youngsters and say, oh, and then slate us for losing to a Premiership youth team, Matt.
Well, I mean, come on. I said to you boys, that should be a 3-0 win easily. Should be a 3-0 win easily. Even if we were playing Wigan's youngsters today, we should be beating them. Come on, it goes back to the mindset again. Embarrassing.
And then we equally can't sit on a podcast and say, keep the shirt, keep the shirt, keep the shirt. Where's Downs? Dozell, Nolan and Bishop. Like, I'm not John Nolan's biggest fan. The world will tell you that. But those three have done nothing wrong to lose the shirt. So why would...
Hold on. I'm not having that. We just lost to Arsenal Academy.
Flynn Downs is our best player. He's our best player. He's nailed on. If he's fit, is his head still all over the place a week on from saying, I'll give him a couple of days off and he'll be back in training next week?
You know what?
Or is it...
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Sorry. This screams of a little bit of if Lambert plays Downs and we don't get a decent result, or even if we do, it'll be, well, you're not preparing for life without Downs. Do we know?
While he's our player, he plays. He plays.
Yeah, 100%.
Until Crystal Palace or whoever meet what Marcus wants, he plays football for Ipswich Town. This is football in general. It's not a Flynn Downs problem, Nowadays, agents getting these players' ears, their heads all over the show, and that is the end of the day, But as long as he's at Ipswich, he should be playing. He should not be sitting in the stand.
Okay,
or he shouldn't be sitting at home.
All right, well, he's not. Okay, so he's not. So let's step off the gas a second. All right, it's the opening day of the season. There's a lot of...
It's an opening day of the season, and our injury list is growing as long as my arm. And there is something wrong at that club. Why do we get so many injuries? What were they doing in training on Friday? Were they kicking each other up in the air? They shouldn't even be... They should just be doing a little five-a-side, a little five-a-side. And we've got two of our youngsters out. Where is Dobra? Where is El Mazzuni? We were told... give the kids a chance. It's an absolute joke.
Okay. All right. No. I'm going to pick up on that point before we get a bit positive. Who from the bench would you take out for.
I wouldn't have Kenlock on there because Edwards can play fullback, so you'd have another attacking player on there.
You spent all summer telling me you can't don't play Edwards at fullback.
Yeah, but
you can't. No, there's no but in that sentence.
He's not gonna play fullback. He's there. Donasian's your fullback. Edwards could fill in if both your fullbacks got injured in that game. You know, Kenlock wouldn't be anywhere.
Bill Old Cruncher, McGoldrick proved we have issues with our behind-the-scenes team. Do you feel that's true, Matt?
Well, I mean, yes, but also it was kind of like shoot yourself in the foot a bit with McGoldrick, wasn't it? Because he was allowed to do this ridiculous 3-hour commute here and back. So I don't think that helped particularly. But yeah, there's obviously an issue. There has to be an issue. We need to find out what it is because there's too many injuries. Too many injuries.
Okay, let's get a bit more positive. Holy starts in goal ahead of Cornell. 25 appearances last season, 10 clean sheets. Would you have started Cornell, or are you happy to see Thomas Holy starting goal today?
Yeah, I'm happy to see him playing. I mean, I'm not his greatest fan particularly. I think he's a League One goalkeeper, but he did nothing wrong against Bristol Rovers last Saturday. Probably didn't have a shot, did he? Or maybe he had one good save, didn't he, off Nicholson? That was right. Yeah, he keeps the shirt for me, 100%.
Looking at the back four, Cruncher. Chambers, Wilson, Nsiala, Ward. If it's that four, are you happy? If it's Wilson and then Chambers and Nsiala, are you happy? Talk to me about your balance in that back four.
Yeah, Wilson, he's not playing right back, is he? If he's playing right back, alarm bells are ringing. It's just a shame Corey and Dabba got injured on Tuesday because I think he would have probably been nailed on to picked up an injury in training is a new catchphrase for everything. It is, we get too many injuries in training. That's the back four picks yourself there, doesn't it? With what you've got available. Yeah.
Wilson did all right last season, didn't he, Rich? When he came in, he was an underwhelming signing.
He's steady, isn't he? Yeah. You know what you're getting with him.
Again, good for this level. Yeah.
But then you've got Toto, who he's had a good pre-season, has he? Really? We showed him the red card, and we probably thought he'd never play for us again. So he's getting another chance, and he's really got to grab it with both hands. Now he's got that shirt. Play well, keep hold of it, and cut out them silly mistakes. Because I've said before, he's got everything to be a centre half. He's powerful, he's strong, and we see last Saturday. Look at the ball he played through for the first goal. So he's got that in his locker, isn't he? So I'm hoping that he can have a good season. But I still, it's not a great back four, is it? Really? Let's be fair. You'd want Wilford and then you want Vincent Young in there when everyone's fit.
It's going to
Wilford and Wilson and Vincent Young definitely.
It'll be vocal, won't it? Because James is going to be vocal and Ward's going to be vocal. We remember back into pre-season when we played Cambridge and Cornell was shouting no voices to the defence. So at least we're going to have some leadership in there, which we've always thought was a bit of an issue for us.
Alan Judge is an interesting one, I think, playing on the right of the front three.
Who would you have had in there instead then? Would you?
I'd have had Edwards. I'd have played Edwards in front of him because I don't think. We'll see today. Judge, we've seen before when he plays wide, he all too often sort of wanders everywhere, and he's sort of everywhere where he shouldn't be, where he should be. He's not there, but he's in the team. He's an international footballer. He should know his role and what he's doing in the team. He shouldn't have to be really told, should he?
No, exactly. He's been around the block, isn't he? Yeah, 100% he has. I'm just hoping that result from Tuesday doesn't come back to haunt us. That second half was terrible. There was no tempo. We didn't press them.
I agree with you there. Tempo. I think it was a hard game. We played Saturday. We've not played a lot of football, and they're having another 90 minutes on the Tuesday when we all would have expected there to be like wholesale changes, and they played quite well first half. If you look at the chances that we had, we really had enough chances to win 2 games, didn't we? And that's what we've got to do through the season. When we get these chances, we've got to be clinical in front of goal because
Gillingham was unlucky when he hit the post. So it might have been a different game if that had gone in, but that's all hypothetical, isn't it? We don't know.
Still should have won the game, shouldn't we?
Oh, yeah, come to it. The only reason those under-21 teams are in that trophy is to give them experience because they're nowhere near the first team. I mean, Sunderland did Aston Villa 8-1, didn't they, or something?
Yeah, they did, but I wasn't.
Beat Leeds 7-0. We've lost to
Arsenal. Look, they played some good football. The centre half was a decent player. I can't remember what his name was. He looked good, and they're all capable footballers. They're at Arsenal. They're not going to be sort of.
But they were nowhere near. They've had no first team experience whatsoever. 0 experience. I think it was quite telling that Nolan scored and didn't celebrate in that kind of we're probably going to win this and cruise it, so I won't celebrate and embarrass these kids. In the second half, he's having to put in big challenges in their midfield.
Well, he was lucky. He made a real. That's another thing about John Nolan. He made a real bad tackle there.
Yeah, he left that
near the
kid
end.
crumpled. That was a teenager, for crying out loud.
Yeah, real bad tackle. He was lucky to get away with that. I thought.
I thought that was spiteful, really, and I think that summed up the frustration we had in that second half. I just hope that doesn't happen today. I always say you're only as good as your last performance.
See there, Adam Flatt. I agree with you there. No downs. Martin said that before. That might affect Dazelle, but we'll have to wait and see. Where's he gone? Is he there? Is Martin there?
he's gone for a cup of tea.
He's left.
I don't know where he is. Well, I'll tell you what, Rich, I think Wigan are going to play 4-2-3-1. So not too dissimilar to what we're going to be coming out with.
This has got banana skin written all over, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it could have. I think we've just got to start positively like we did against Bristol Rovers, because the tempo was perfect. There were lots of 1-2 touches. And I've always thought Ipswich would want too much time on the ball. We say that with Sears dummy in front of goal. Instead of one touch, he takes 3 or 4. So let's hope we can come out today and, put in that performance that we did against Bristol Rovers. That's what we're looking for. More Bristol Rovers and less Arsenal. Is what we're
they've sort of set the benchmark there, I think, really, haven't they? With that performance, we've seen what we can do, although the opposition weren't really up to much, were they? But then Bristol Rovers went to Sunderland yesterday and got a 1-1, didn't they? So
yeah, I don't know how different their team was. I mean, I suppose it was a fairly similar team, but yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? I mean, look at Joe there. Look, so hard to do intense training and avoid knocks, but there is a fine line between it. Lambert needs to take it down a notch slightly. Yeah, 100%. I've got to agree with that.
Especially when you're that close to a game, you would have thought, come on, a little bit of five-a-side this morning, just keep ticking over. We're ready to go. But then we'll probably find out after the game what they've got wrong with them. It's just a bit disappointing, isn't it? You're going into that first game of the season and it's just it's like a scene from Casualty. All winning.
Funny game, really. I think they still have lots of quality. Obviously, Wigan's a big club, and I think it's just the same approach as any game. Go and give 100% and try to get 3 points. I think the first win is always crucial, especially in the first game. I think looking at this league, I think everything's sort of like about momentum. And if you can get a bit of momentum at the start and just keep that going, I think it will stand you good in the long run.
Are we back?
We're back. I think Martin's having some audio problems, everybody. We can't hear him.
Where he's going. He's leaving us in charge. Alan Drinan then, Matt. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think he deserves to keep the shirt on his 2 performances so far.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I've been kind of mulling over how long are we going to give him? Are we just giving him the time until Norwood is back to 100% and then he'll come in? But he's not let himself down, has he? And we didn't even mention him in the season preview, did we? We did the strikers. We didn't even mention him. We weren't even on the radar.
I liked his interview after the Colchester game. He come out and he was real positive, and he's probably thought, look, I've got a chance here because I've been here 3 years. I think it's over 3 years he's been there, not made his debut, which is a little bit strange. And you'd have probably thought if you got Hawkins, Norwood, Jackson, Freddie Sears, you'd have thought he's behind all of them. But he's come in, he's taken his chance. I said he'd never play a competitive 90 minutes. That's what I thought. That's honestly what I thought at the start of the season. But I've seen him play. I hadn't even seen him play. I didn't really know a lot about him. He's had a few loan spells away. But look, he's impressed. But as Martin says, he's there to score goals. He has to take them chances. He had a decent one against Bristol Rovers, a little bit unlucky the other night against Arsenal where he hit the post. But if he has a chance today, it falls to him. He might not get too many in the game. So he's really got to take that opportunity if it comes on. Look, I'd love to see him score. I really would. But at the back of my mind, and probably at the back of his mind, he's thinking, James Norwood, look, he's just on the bench. He's keeping my seat warm on the bench. He's going to be in the team soon. But hopefully he keeps playing well and he gives Lambert that problem.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've not even seen Norwood for God knows how long, have we? So we don't. I mean, I know he came on Tuesday night, and we weren't particularly impressed, did we? I mean, he's still an athlete. He's an athlete, but he still looked like he was carrying a little bit of timber to me. Probably that'll come with games, I suppose. But
he didn't look fit to me. The first 10 minutes he was anonymous, and then he got a little bit more involved. But look, we need a fit and firing James Norwood if we're going to do well this season. He is got to be the main man who's going to get the goals, because it looks like Jackson's going to be leaving. So he's going to have a massive weight on his shoulders. I thought he'd done quite well last season, obviously injured, but we need him fit and firing. We need everyone fit and firing. They can't be in the treatment room. Too often we have key players who we need in the first team, and they're not playing enough football. They have to be playing.
It's a miracle Bishop has made the starting 11 in that case.
Well, if I'd have read this morning, Matt, that when the teams come out, Teddy Bishop isn't playing, that wouldn't have surprised me. That would have been, well, yeah, there you go. It's Teddy. But look, I'm happy that he's played. I thought he was. I thought he was probably one of our better players the other night. I thought he had a good game against Bristol Rovers, and we'd love to see Teddy stay fit for a whole season.
He had the assist, didn't he, for the third goal, I think, Bishop, when he's put that nice ball down the line. In for Freddie. Yeah. So I mean, let's hope he can keep playing games. Same with Dazelle. I looked up when was the last time he actually started playing back-to-back games last season. I don't think it was even till December. I think Coventry and one other game in the Cup, maybe. So he had to wait until Christmas time for back-to-back games last season. Here he is straight on off the bat, playing games immediately. So that's good. That's a bonus, isn't it? Dazelle Bishop starting games, 100%.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of our key players. I said he'd player of the season on Friday night's show. So look, we really rate him. He's in the last year of his contract, so I'm really hoping that he has a really good season. And then what happens? Does he sign a new deal? I think if he's playing football at Ipswich Town, he'll probably stay. If he's in and out of the team like he has been the last couple of seasons, he'll probably go and play his football elsewhere. And we did say, I think on Friday, I'm not sure who said it, but would it be better for him to go to play football somewhere else? He's not got his dad's name hanging over him, A little bit less pressure. Oh, look, obviously, I don't want that to happen. I think you wouldn't want that to happen, Matt. You want him to play for our first team. He's come through our academy. Yeah. He's one of our own, and we want him on the pitch showing everybody what a good player he is, because we all know Andre's a really good footballer. We just need to see it on a weekly basis.
As we said on Friday night show, he sees things on the pitch that others don't see, like that little over-the-top through ball for Ward against Bristol Rovers last week. I mean, he had beautiful days. I mean, the horror of it, of course, was he was linked, I don't know, was it last summer, the season before, to Norwich? That'd be awful.
Yeah, he was linked to Norwich for, I think, 5 million. So here's another one. Look, you don't have teams like Norwich. Liverpool were linked with him a couple of years back. You're not linked with decent teams, if you're not that good a player. So there's got to be something in there. He's played for England at all levels,
He's captained them. It's a stat for you. No, Emerson Fairweather, no wins in previous 10 live games on TV on a Sunday, 4 draws and 6 defeats. Let's hope we put that to bed today. Yeah, 100%. Joe's back here. Now or never for Bishop. Bags of ability. 24 now, but needs a bit of luck with Knox. Got to give it everything. It's going to be interesting. I'm just looking at the Wigan 3 here, because I think they're going to line up 4-2-3-1, Rich, right? Smith, who's the only guy who... He's
the only survivor, isn't he, from the last game when they played against Fulham.
He's a good player. He's been around the block. I think he scored like 21 goals in almost 100 appearances for Portsmouth and 16 assists, so he can provide. I think they might have Gary Roberts floating around in maybe a freer role in the middle, 36 now. It's a fair few years since he was in our shirt, wasn't it? Was it 2006, something like that?
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit later. I remember him played against Norwich when we beat Norwich 3-1. When Danny Hayes...
Lads.
Oh, you're back.
He's back.
Where you been?
Yeah, I was listening to you two. I'm just going to pick up on that Emerson Fairweather point. Do you not feel that's because we're not on Sky all of that often? Let's look at Leeds now. Now, Leeds in the Premier League now.
Very true.
But previously, we were always neck and neck with Leeds. But they were always on TV. So if you got beat today, you were on TV 10 days later. Ipswich Town are on TV so few and far between, because let's face it, over the last 10 years, we've had one good season. Yeah. But of course, statistics like that are going to be... it's not. Let's face it. It's not Sky making us lose.
Here's a great stat for you. Here's a great stat for home form under Paul Lambert. 33 played, 1-9, lost 13. But this feeds into my 38.
Point. This feeds into my point.
That's poor.
We haven't got big time players. In fact, we haven't got any type of players. If you look at that team, you've got some young players in it. But where's your big game player? Where is your big game player? Simple as that. Look at that squad and tell me who today is sitting in that dressing room probably relishing Sky.
Alan Judge is in it. Alan Judge is an international footballer.
One player who's 32.
Well,
they all should be. They all should be thinking, come on, we were poor last season. come on, lads, let's step up to the plate. You know, let's go out there. We've got the nation watching, and let's show them what a good football team we are. You know,
I think.
Come on, we're Ipswich Town. We're Ipswich Town. We're not the dog and duck. It's the 3 stars, Matt, on that shirt.
Exactly.
It means something. It means something. You know, they should think we're lucky to be playing for a club of this stature. You know, we ain't going to get many more chances. If we don't perform this season, we'll be out the door. We're probably playing at somewhere like Rochdale or Accrington and Stanley. All due respects to them next season. So pull your fingers out, guys. Get out there today and show us what it means to wear that blue shirt, because it means a lot for me to wear it. It means a lot for you, Matt, to wear it, and everyone watching around the county and watching around the country. So get out there today and let's give them a good tanking.
Exactly.
You mean like Peterborough did yesterday to Accrington and Stanley?
They got a poor record there. That did make me chuckle. That did make me laugh. It's only the first game.
I think you've got, you know, if you're going to be a big time player, Martin, I think it's something you have to sort of a moment where you step up to the plate and that sort of catapults you, rockets you into that big time status. So we've got players there, Dazelle, Bishop, Drinnan. They could all do that. They could all do that.
Okay, well, I'm just here to fuel conversation and pick up on some points from our lovely listeners who have sent in some fantastic stuff. Hawks, Alan Judge, international player, playing League One, should be dominating games like
Spot
this.
on.
Everyone plays style of football. Dozel's first name on the team sheet. So today's game, we've got 3 minutes.
Okay, here's a quick one. Yeah, Martin, it's a very quick one for you. We were just quickly going for that Wigan midfield. That other guy we were talking about earlier, Solomon Ottavar.
Yeah.
He had a good spell at Blackpool, scored 5-6 goals in about 50 appearances. He's played over in Bulgaria for CSKA Sofia. I think he's a player to watch out for today, a nippy winger. So let's look out for him.
Well, that's an issue because our 2 fullbacks are hardly
exactly.
Nippy, you know. Exactly. And Rich called it on Talking Town a week ago. Can Stephen Ward do it against a young, fast winger? Well, we might find out, right?
Yeah, we will. I don't know if Naismith's going to be on that side or Solomon Ottabar. We'll find out. It'll be a talking point.
Well, I tell you what, if I'm the Wigan manager, I'm switching them round straight away. I'm saying, you know, have carte blanche to go across and keep switching, because you might get joy against either fullback today. Drilling, as you guys have mentioned, big game. So what do you want to see? We've got 1 or 2 minutes left from this first half. What do you want to see, Matt?
I want to see a return to the Bristol Rovers performance, that kind of tempo, the press, the passing game, the quick passing game, because I've always thought we're a bit slow when we go forward. So I think if we can do that today, then I think we're going to be okay. But who knows with Ipswich? Who knows?
Score?
I'm going to say 2-1 to the Town.
Joe's gone 2-1. Oh, look at that. Look. Lewis is going for score predictions. Lewis, what's yours? Crenshaw, what's your score prediction?
I put it on your Twitter on Friday. 2-0 Town. Drinnan and Sears, and I want to see you've got to have the intensity from the first minute. You know, this is the first game of the season. We should be absolutely flying out the blocks. We really should today. Let's hold nothing back, leave nothing in that dressing room, and let's get the 3 points.
Okay. Don't be surprised if Toto sends Garner flying for a pen or a free kick around the edge of the box. I can see that happening.
I'd put Garner up in the first 5 minutes if I was a centre half.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's going to be on you the whole game. So referees always say first 5-10 minutes, oh, come on, lad, calm down, no more of that. So if you're going to hit him, it is always in the first 5 or 10. Hawks 3-1 Town, Sears 2, Chamber 1. Lewis 3-1, Nick Muller 4-1. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Town win. Aaron Drinnan is going to make me start eating that humble pie. Because I don't think, if Norwood's on the bench, I think Norwood should be starting every day of the week, because if you're fit enough to start on the bench, or be on the bench rather, then
he's played no football. He's played no football.
Okay, so you walk out there. Crunch. You walk out there and Drinnan pulls a hamstring in the first minute. What do? You put Norwood on because he's on the bench. If you're fit enough for the bench, you're fit enough for at least an hour, in my opinion, or 45. And I'd rather have Norwood for 45 to an hour than Aaron Drinnan. But
then if you're using Lambert's mantra of if you play well, you keep the shirt, you're tossing that straight out the window, because Aaron Drinnan's played well the last 2 games.
He certainly has. We'll be back at half time. Join us at half time.
Where
hopefully
come on, Town.
We'll see you